The purpose of essential oils is not to smell good, even though it does.
The purpose of essential oils. It's Hunt for Wellness, episode number 178.
In the Hunt for Wellness podcast, we talk about mind, body, and spirit because that's what people are made of. They're made of a body, a mind, and a spirit. And we want each of those to be fully functioning, fully nurtured, to live a healthy, full, living your best life.
Hello, I'm John Hunt.
And I'm Christy Hunt.
And this is the show where we help you live your best life, mind, body, and spirit. And this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines providing great water for your great wellness. Check it out at waterdistillers.com. Okay, so we want to have purpose in life. And we want to also know what the purpose of essential oils are. That's kind of I think probably because a lot of people just don't understand what essential oils are even. Don't you think?
Yeah. And I think it's even good to just review it.
Yeah. I mean,
for people that are used to essential oils.
Yeah.
But the purpose of essential oils is not to smell good, even though it does smell good.
Okay, well then what is the purpose if it's not to smell good? Although we like to smell good.
Yeah, we do. And that is very attractive to us.
Right.
The purpose of essential oils is to support health and wellness in many ways.
Yeah, for sure. And boy, with all the products that we've talked about on this show, that is many ways and different areas of life. And that's what's kind of cool. But it all gets down to everything we talk about pretty much has some kind of essential oil element to it, right?
Yes.
Do we have to even go back to the very, very beginning and review what is an essential oil?
We could.
Yeah, let's answer that question, because then we can find out what it is and then what its purpose is.
Well, essential oil is really the lifeblood of the plant.
Yeah.
It's what supports the plant against disease and insects and things like that.
Yeah.
It is comes from either the flowers or the leaves or the bark or the root, whatever that particular plant is where they extract the essential oil from.
Right.
And they put the plant, that whatever part of the plant they use, they put it into a big distiller thing that cooks it up.
Big pot.
Yeah, a big, huge pot.
Yeah.
Cooks it up. And then out of it, there's liquid in there. And so the liquid gets distilled out. It goes into, you want to explain distillation?
Distillation basically separates. It separates, one part with the other. But some of it, and when you do it at a certain temperature or certain, in a certain environment, certain things stay in a solid form.
Like the plant.
Like the plant.
Product. Or, the
maybe
leaves
it's
or the
leaves
bark.
or whatever. But then the oil or the liquid is extracted out of it. And usually...
the liquid goes to steam.
Yeah. And so steam goes...
through the tubes.
That's just like your, air conditioner in your car, and a fan blows on that to cool it down, and then it comes back out as liquid. So it kind of makes
into a new container.
Into a new container, right?
Yes, and then in that container, it's kind of like cream and milk. If you're familiar with the old cream and milk, the cream rises to the top, and the milk stays below. The cream is the essential oil in this case.
Yes.
And the bottom water is just called floral water. It smells good.
Yeah.
But it's not the essential oil. And some people use that floral water and call it essential oil.
Well, that's where you can smell good on some of that, even that. But that's not. Right. That doesn't have as many supporting characteristics to it as the other part of the oil.
Right, as the essential oil.
Yeah.
Yes. And so the ancients used essential oils for healing and anointing in the Judeo-Christian ancient biblical texts.
Yes.
And the ancient Egyptians used it for basically every ailment and for purification and embalming rites. And they had rituals. They used lots of different kinds like sandalwood and frankincense and myrrh and more.
Yeah. Well, and modern medicine, it's only 100 or so or 200 years old. I mean,
Yes.
these things go back thousands of years.
Correct.
So it was really the original, medicinal kind of thing that people used to help them get through their situations, because they couldn't run down to the pharmacy and get something.
Their pharmacy was outside.
Yeah, the pharmacy grew on trees.
Literally. And oils like cinnamon, clove, lemon were valued as antiseptics hundreds of years before the development of modern medicine.
Yeah.
And I do remember reading, like, in the 1940s when they were running out of antibiotics for the soldiers.
Yeah.
They were using garlic to deal with the infections, because garlic, onions, both can help with that.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah, we do not have garlic essential oil.
No, that one wouldn't smell very good. Although some people like the smell. Actually, I like the smell of garlic, but not on
just
me.
not too much.
Not on me. So.
And then, just over time, with the development of the over-the-counter and prescription medications over the last century, we've lost the knowledge of these natural substances, especially essential oils, to the public.
Mm-hmm.
The public doesn't know really about them. And it was only about 4 decades ago that essential oils began to come back.
Yes.
Into the health food stores.
And who was one of the people that helped bring them back?
Gary Young.
And Young Living.
That's right.
Yeah, and he did a lot of. Well, he was
so much
he was a
research.
farmer to begin with.
He was, yes.
So this was a natural thing for him to get into, and there's a whole story on him and how he used oils to recover from some major setbacks in his life. You'll have to read his story sometime. It's really interesting.
We should talk about him more.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a whole show on Gary.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
So many researchers and healthcare professionals have come to understand the fascinating value of essential oils and their potential in health. And so you can go to PubMed. You can Google that, PubMed. NIH.gov is the end part, but there's other ones, numbers, letters in between.
Yep.
And you can see a bunch of research articles that they have gathered involving essential oils. And you can search specific essential oils, or you can just put essential oil or essential oils in there, and you'll see all these research projects on it and what the specific effects are that they've discovered from researching them.
But what's interesting, these have been around for a few thousand years. Why are some people are just very skeptical of them, because they know I've got to, I got to do this or I got to do that.
Well,
and
they're just not familiar.
Yeah. Even though they were around for so long. Yeah.
Yes, but they were not familiar. We didn't grow up with essential oils, so there was a big learning curve.
Right. And plus, there's not big pharma corporations behind them trying to, sell, right?
Well, yeah.
Well, because it's a plant.
Right. It is a plant. It's natural, but not all essential oils are the same.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, then we've talked about that before, right?
Yes.
Is this where you bring up seed to seal?
Yes, because the key about using essential oils is using an essential oil that is purely just an essential oil. And there's nothing adulterated in it. It's not, they didn't add the floral water. They did not use a solvent to extract the essential oil. There was no herbicides or pesticides in there. Think of if you've got an essential oil that's concentrated, because that's what it is. It's very concentrated plant with herbicides and pesticides, which are poisons. And you're putting poisons on yourself. That is not good for your health. So Young Living has the seed to seal process and promise, where they take great care in planting the right variety of seed, so they're going to get the right oil. The soil is nurtured and organically cultivated. They test the crops repeatedly to find the optimal time to harvest this particular plant. Then they distill it without solvents at the right temperature for the right amount of time for that particular plant. And then every single batch of essential oil is tested by Young Living and third parties to determine if it has been contaminated and what is the quality of that oil. Does it meet the quality standards for that particular plant? Was it a good year? Because if it wasn't a good year for that particular plant, they're not going to sell it to you, because it's not going to be effective. So that's a seed to seal promise, which there is no other essential oil company that has that promise.
Right. Well, that's very... We can put in the link in the show notes, too. There's on the Young Living website, there is a whole background on seed to seal. So
yeah.
why don't we...
seedtoseal.com.
Yeah. Seedtoseal.com. There you go. It's its own URL.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll still put it in the show notes.
Yeah. And, you can visit the farms of Young Living, and they're all over the world. You might just want to make sure they're not having an event that day, so it's open to the public.
Yeah.
But these farms are open to the public, and they are the only company, essential oil company, that has farms open to the public.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. So you can visit and you can see it for yourself.
Very good.
Yeah.
Very good. What other purposes are there of essential oils, or what can we dig a little deeper into to just really think about? Do you want to talk about the different kind of high-level areas that essential oils can be used for?
So, yeah, essential oils can, support your body, your whole body. It can support your skin and
respiratory system. I love RC or Breathe Again or Raven. They all, you can put them right here. Really, I love
breathing those in. They just open up my airways, and I just feel I can breathe clearer.
Yeah.
And I've had my skin, I've touched the boiling hot tea kettle to my skin when I was in a rush, and then quickly applied the absolutely pure lavender to it, not adulterated lavender, but really clear lavender to it, and a few different times that day, and there was no problems with my skin. My skin totally was supported and healed up just fine.
Yeah. In the fitness arena, there's so many of the products that are good for fitness. But the other day when we were at the gym, the coach was talking about the importance of amino acids and getting those back in while you're working out and after your workout, and they help, replenish you. And I wonder if she knows about Aminowise, because we talk about it all the time. We use it. We love it. It's a great supplement that has essential oils in it.
Yeah, you just a powder, you put it in your water, and then we use it when we work out.
And there's other products that are just in the fitness line. You've got the Pure Protein Complete, which is the protein drink. You've got things like that help you with your aches and pains, like the Cool Azul Pain Cream.
Yeah,
Who doesn't get a little sore after working out?
Well, and that's actually considered an over-the-counter product.
Yeah.
That has wintergreen and peppermint and more essential oils in it that really does relieve your pain.
Yes, yeah. And of course, when we talk about workout, we have to talk about our Ningxia Red.
Yes.
Which we love taking before we work out. Gives you a little boost of energy before you start working out. And it's awesome.
It is.
Those are that's just for the workout arena.
Yes. And then there's the oils that support emotions, or balancing the emotions so that people don't get too out of control.
Well, we have done a podcast. If you go to huntforwellness.com, this is episode 178, and you look in the show notes there, you can find out, we'll put a link to at least one episode where we talk about the emotional release technique. And that's a great one. But there's a whole collection of oils called the Feelings Collection.
Yes.
And we've done a podcast on that too. So, that's just the emotions.
Right.
That's one little part.
Yes.
We had fitness. We have respiratory,
Yeah, gut
There's
health.
all kinds of... gut health. That's a whole other one.
Well, essential oils can rapidly penetrate cell membranes and travel through the body and enhance cellular function.
Yeah.
So they're plants.
Yeah, and when I take Ningxia Red, I feel it literally right away. I mean, because it gets into your system, boom, like that.
Right.
It's not like taking something and then 30 minutes later, now I feel, this. It is an immediate reaction, which is really, really great. I love that
Well,
stuff.
for some people, I don't have that immediate reaction.
Yeah, I suppose.
You do.
I probably need it more than you. That's why.
But honestly, you won't know the effects of essential oils until you experience them yourself.
Right. And actually going back to the very beginning when you say they're not just for smelling good, We just did a podcast a few episodes ago on a new line that is about the simplified scents. And
that is about smelling good.
Yeah.
But because some people only want to smell good, but
Right.
it's not their design.
Right. Yeah.
You know,
it's
they
not
can
their
just
design.
smell good,
Yes.
but it's not their design.
Yeah.
So don't waste time going to the health food store and getting
Yeah.
essential oils there. They don't work.
They're
I know
not pure.
because
that's how we started.
that's what I did. And I tried to use them for my wellness, my family's wellness, and they really didn't work. And so it was a friend telling me, sharing with me
Yeah.
about Young Living essential oils. She's like, these are strong. These are good oils. You've got to try these.
Yes.
And so I did. And literally, we've never gone back. We saw the power, experienced the power immediately in those essential oils of Young Living. And many companies will say, oh, we're just like Young Living.
Right. You just like them, except that they're not pure. And they're
Why
not,
do they say that? They say that because Young Living is the leader.
Yeah. They've been so successful with it.
Essential oils.
Yeah.
They have the best oils.
Yes.
And so people compare to Young Living
Yep.
for that purpose. So I'm going to just give my last statement here.
Okay. Give your last statement.
Essential oils do smell good, but their purpose is to support good health naturally with no side effects and in a very beautifully fragrant way.
That's awesome. Well, this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines providing great water for your great wellness. Find out more at waterdistillers.com. And, you know, we talked about all these categories, but I really want to point people back to that episode that we did on the emotional release technique, because it's an amazing use of essential oils that most people don't talk about. In fact, you want to check out the video, we have it right up here, and you can click on that and really find out more about the emotional side of essential oils. And then we'll see you next time on our next episode of Hunt for Wellness.